capture of Oslo was an airborne operation by German troops to seize the capital of Norway, Oslo, carried out on April 9 to 10, 1940. It was part of Operation Weserübung. According to the plan Weserübung Nord, the capital of Norway was to be captured by a group commanded by Rear Admiral Oskar Kumets. This group included the heavy cruisers Blücher, the flagship of Rear Admiral Kumets, Lutzow, and the light cruiser Emden, along with 3 destroyers, 8 minesweepers, and 5 transport ships. All these vessels carried 2,000 soldiers from the 163rd Infantry Division Engelbrecht. Half of the 324th Infantry Regiment of the 163rd Division was to fly to the Oslo Fornebu airfield after it was seized by a company of paratroopers. The second half planned to land at the port of Oslo from the ships of the 5th Assault Group. After passing through the searchlight barrier between Billern and Rauer, the assault groups were to capture the fortifications and the main military port of Norway, Horten. The success and speed of the capture of Oslo were extremely important for the Germans both militarily and politically. However, this landing turned out to be their most unsuccessful. Expecting that there would be no serious resistance, Kumets decided to break through the narrowest part of the Oslofjord, the Drobak Strait. At the northern exit of the strait lay the island fort Oskarborg. The Kuma squadron was spotted in the Oslofjord by a patrol boat that opened fire and managed to send a message. At 5:20, unexpectedly for the Germans, the 2-gun 280mm battery of the fort opened fire on the Blücher advancing ahead at a distance of 500 meters. The cruiser immediately experienced a failure of the fire control system and fires broke out. Maneuvering, it engaged in random fire from its anti-aircraft guns. At that time, it was hit by 2 torpedoes from a concealed coastal torpedo installation on the island of Nordkaholm. At 7:23, the Blücher sank at a depth of 90 meters, 400 meters from shore. Despite the lack of most life jackets and lifeboats, the spilled burning fuel, and the icy, 3 degrees Celsius, water, most sailors and soldiers were able to reach the shore. There they were briefly taken prisoner by the Norwegians. Since the cruiser housed the headquarters of the naval forces, the 163rd Infantry Division, and support aviation, the landing troops were temporarily disorganized. This delayed the entry of the German grouping into Oslo for several hours, allowing for the evacuation of the government and the royal family deeper into the country. The Emden and Lutzow backed out of the passage, after which Captain Tilly of the Lutzow, who had taken command, decided to land infantry in Sundbukten to support the breakthrough at Drobak from the land. In the evening, the Luftwaffe attacked Drobak and Oscarsborg. The next morning, minesweepers and 2 torpedo boats, allocated from the main forces, will land troops in this area, and the Norwegians will leave their forts after negotiations. 340 soldiers participated in the attack on Horten, the main base of the Norwegian Navy, under the fire cover of 2 torpedo bombers, 2 minesweeper boats, and an auxiliary minesweeper. During the battle, the Norwegian minesweeper sank the German minesweeper R-17. Despite the numerical superiority of the garrison, the Norwegian admiral surrendered. 2 coastal defense battleships, a submarine, and an arsenal fell into the hands of the Germans. Simultaneously with the actions of the naval landing, the Germans attacked suburban airfields. At dawn on April 9, the German aviation attaché Captain E. Spiller, with the help of embassy staff and local militants, seized the Fornebu airfield. However, thick fog prevented the drop of parachutists. Only around noon did they occupy the airfield, and then the 324th Infantry Regiment was delivered there by transport aircraft. Several Junkers transport planes crashed during landing. After noon, the soldiers of the 324th Regiment of Colonel Pullman, without meeting resistance, occupied Oslo on requisitioned buses and trucks. German ships entered the port of Oslo only in the morning of April 10.